Transformers Impactor from the War for Cybertron Trilogy toy line, deluxe class under the Siege subline, made by Hasbro, released in November 2019. Toy features: height is 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters scale. Material is made of plastic. Generation 1 inspired alt mode. Converts between robot and Cybertronian vehicle modes in 14 steps. Toy description: Impactor is the legendary former leader of the Wreckers, an elite Autobot strike team, and as such, is a deadly force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. His body is covered with weaponry, from the tank cannon on his shoulder, to the missiles hidden in his chest, to the handgun strapped to his leg, and finally his signature harpoon weapon that replaces his right hand. His audacity and resolve is what puts him in the history books, for better or for worse. In accordance with his victory, in the 2018 WFC Hasbro fan poll, the formidable Autobot army captain and wrecker, Impactor received a new figure in Siege, thematically matched up against Mirage. As his first non-retool figure, he is styled after his Marvel appearance, and transforms into a Cybertronian 4-treaded battle tank, with a working turret. This deluxe class WFC S42 Autobot figure comes with accessories: a hook hand replacement, the trilithium drill, which is styled after his classic harpoon, and an HP Energon Mind Blaster weapon accessory, and features a non-detachable shoulder cannon. The figure features the Transformers' most advanced modular weaponry so far, the Cybertronian Omnifunctional Modular Battlefield Assault Tech, or combat system ports to attach weapons, enabling custom configurations in bot and vehicle modes. The figure is noticeably tall for a deluxe figure, pretty big to almost Voyager-sized, rivaling the height of Ironhide from the same line. As part of the Siege line, Impactor features battle damage paint applications, specifically above his treads and Mind Cloud. The Autobot insignia on his chest is uncolored, filled by the base plastic colors of the figure. Unlike most Siege toys, his two weapons are not designed to be combined into a larger weapon. Toy upgrade: a newly designed upgrade kit for WFC Impactor is the GX1005 by Go Better Studio. Till now, this is the most complete set for the figure, and would bring you a genuine Impactor in IDW Comics style. The gap fillers look great, have nice details, and fit in very easily. Though if you have weak hands, some pieces might be difficult to push in. I have big oaf hands. The articulation on the cannon is tight enough to aim it however you want. The purple shin decorations look nice and add some much needed heft to Impactor's hollow legs, but be aware that they prevent his turret from turning in alt mode. This is probably intentional, as the kit is meant to make him look more like his IDW model. Their pegs fit firmly, but are a touch short, and thus they might fall off. While playing with or posing the toy, I just wish the guards had weapon ports of their own, so they could still be used with extra accessories and weaponizers. But you can always leave them off if you want. The colors, by the way, are good but not perfect matches. Both the purple and yellow-orange are a little less saturated than on the figure. It doesn't bother me much, and in fact I like brighter yellow on the gap fillers. It's a nice little highlight. All in all, I think it's a kit worth buying for the gap fillers alone. But the IDW cannon is icing on the cake. Some figures have been reported coming with instruction sheets that list the weapon names in Cybertronian, for no apparent reason. Because of the way in which he transforms, it is possible to make either a tank turret standing on his legs, or Impactor's upper body rolling on a tank hull. Exercise caution while transforming the waist section. The unpaintable waist's upper cavity may detach and chip off the hip's painted front stomach after repeated transformations. Due to the weak connection, the cover panel or 5mm port on Impactor's nape is not strong enough to support heavy weaponizer backpacks. Both the Takara Tomy and Hasbro's secondary stock photos depict his trilithium drill as a handheld weapon. This is a nice hefty figure of Impactor. The colors pop, he is solid, and has a pretty nice range of motion. It is the transformation that's a bit of a pain. Everything more or less swivels in or out of something else, swings or slides past something else, and it's a bit tight in the clearance department. So everything is basically banging into something as you move his parts around. It's not the smoothness of Prowl, Smoke Screen, or Blue Streak, but you also get a lot more figure for the money, and more steps in the transformation. I don't know if it's worth getting the exclusive 3-pack version over this Impactor, unless you're absolutely in the search for him with the alternate head, or want the other figures in the set, in which case go for it. I'm not sure he's a double dipper figure though. It has a better head sculpt than this retail version did, and beyond that he's pretty much the same toy. Slightly different paint apps, more purple, and a Decepticon symbol are the only real differences. It is done to look more like his IDW Comics version, while most of the paint applications are identical. It features additional paint operations on his shoulders, and the yellow-orange knees are replaced with red. His instructions do not call out his harpoon accessory specifically, nor does it show it as a wrist attachment weapon, but do note that it combines with his shoulder weapon to form the Earthbreaker cannon. It has only a few minor differences from the standard release, hazard stripes being the main difference, but his Spartan helmet and face sculpt look excellent, and aligns with how I see the character in my head. I was excited when this figure was announced, and I am not disappointed when I got it. Very accurate to the character, a nice alt mode. The face sculpt is spectacular. They even have black lining around the red eyes to make them more detailed. The only issue is the head. The helmet is only sprayed with one layer of yellow paint. You can tell, not only this, but the head is very tight on its ball joint, thus trying to move it at all will scratch off the paint of the side of the head. There is no way around this. I even tried loosening it but no effect. The quality on the figure is comparable to other toys in the Siege line. Generally, I've had no issues with loose joints, things not tabbing in properly, or the 5mm ports and pegs not fitting properly. Once again, the color scheme is top notch, and as the leader of the wreckers, the battle damage suits him more than most. This really is the impactor you've been waiting for. I've been pretty damn happy with my Timeline's impactor for the past 3 years, and while I was looking forward to an update, I wasn't yearning for it. But now I have this toy, my other two impactors won't be getting a look in anytime soon. Everything about this figure is really spot on, and just screams wreck and rule. Whether you want this guy, or the upcoming one which is Decepticon Align, either way go and grab one, and continue to pray there is a rack and ruin toy in the works soon.